Chicken salad, anyone? I just found out my mom and my sister are dropping by at 11 a.m. this morning. Unexpected visit. It's past breakfast, but before lunch. But I know we'll be all getting hungry. What could I cook? Folks, that's why we have a pantry. That's why we can food. This is our moment to shine. I'm going to come down here to my chicken aisle where I have lots of canned chicken. I'm going to grab a can of it and we're going to make chicken salad. And it never hurts to have home canned pickles. I'm trying to use up my pickles from 2020, and y'all, they're as good today as the day I made them. Let's go. I don't know what it is about home canned chicken, but it always tastes better in chicken salad than factory canned chicken. People always give me compliments on it when I make it, and I don't do anything different than just use home canned chicken. I had a few pickles left in this small jar, so I'm going to use those first, and then I'll use part of what's in the second jar, and then put those in the refrigerator. I boiled 4 eggs that I'm going to put in my chicken salad because I think you have to have eggs in your chicken salad. I think it's illegal if you don't put eggs in there. So I'm definitely going to put 4 eggs in my chicken salad. You need a few seasonings to put in it if you want them. I like to use some celery salt. I like to just use regular old salt and pepper. I like to kind of use a little adobo because it's got a little garlic powder in it. And then I'll use a little cayenne. But you can use whatever you want. Just salt and pepper, just salt. However you want to use it, just do it. The only other items you need are just some mayonnaise and mustard. You could use Dijon mustard. You could use just mayonnaise, just mustard, whatever floats your boat. Just something to bind it all together. I'll have bread if they want to make a sandwich. I also have Ritz crackers if they want to just eat the chicken salad with that. But I'm also going to fry some tortillas in oil. It makes the best chips. You can eat it with guacamole or something like chicken salad. It's delicious. Pressure canned chicken makes its own broth, so save this broth. You can use it in something else. I'm going to put it in a bowl and put it in my refrigerator and try to use it in another dish. But for this chicken salad, you definitely want to go ahead and drain it. The first thing you do, of course, is just flake your chicken into a bowl. You may even have some chunks of that chicken that you're going to need to go over with your fork, and you really want to get it flaked up really good to make a smooth chicken salad. Then you just add the spices that you want to put in there. I would caution you to remember whether when you can that chicken, you had added salt to it. When I first started canning chicken, I added the half a teaspoon of salt to pints, the teaspoon to quarts. But I found that it made the chicken too salty because I would forget about that and I would add spices when I went to cook and it would make it too salty. So now I try to not salt my chicken when I can it and I add all my spices when I'm cooking because I'm just used to doing it that way. I used to get out a saucer and chop all my pickles, but now, y'all, I get out a little food processor and I pour them in there and let it do the work. It does it in like 5 seconds. Life is short and I'm getting old. Get the food processor out. After you've stirred your pickles in with your chicken meat and your spices, it's time to just add the mayonnaise and the mustard. You're almost finished. Who all has made tuna fish or chicken salad before and realized right about the time you were going to eat it that you had forgot your eggs on the stove and you never even peeled your eggs and put them in there? I just about did that today, but they're in there. Now I'm just going to chop them up real good and it is done. This is the finished product. Doesn't it look pretty? The best looking chicken salad and it tastes delicious and home fried tortillas. What more could you ask for than that? Except my sister walked in with a loaf of bread, Cheetos, Swiss cheese, and turkey meat that she bought at the store just to make sure we could have something for lunch. Rut roll. All that work for nothing. And now an update from my sister on how her shed remodel is coming.
Well, this is the No Bull Shed as of January the 7th, 24. Took Mama Elaine's advice and put the futon in the middle. We have the red table up near the front window. And on that red table, I'm going to put my Duck Egg Blue mini fridge and my toaster oven, and then ask Daryl to put me a Duck Egg Blue microwave on a shelf. But we have some little gray shelving. We have my bull sitting on her futon. We have the red side table next to the futon. We have the red table that my sister from Hilltop Home Place made. She also made the side table, and we're trying to tie it together with the gray futon and mustard colored pillows. We put the metal shelf for now in back of the futon to create a faux wall, or give the illusion of a wall, as my mother would say. A wicker chair in the back corner, and then on the side here I've got my portable kitchen by Cuisinart, which I actually plan on just rolling out to the deck that we built, and I'll do most of my cooking outside for the time being. As well, I can hook the water hose up to the mobile kitchen and be able to wash dishes and do other things. So this is just a little roundabout of the decorating that's gone on. Next up is probably working on getting the walls finished. I'm probably going to do just something like a polyacrylic, or my sister suggested an off-white color for a paint. So this is what is known as the No Bull Shed. Thank you.
The Name Game. Thanks for hanging in there to part 3. There's going to be a little traffic. I apologize for that, but I'm trying to enjoy this beautiful sunset before it goes down. What I wanted to say was, I'm going to start a new channel. This channel will stay here. This channel will still be Hilltop Home Place, and I'm going to leave it as is. But I did a little short the other day. Didn't get very many views because apparently if you have hashtags on your videos such as freedom, individual rights, things like that, USA, doesn't really get seen that much. If you do one on bone broth or chicken broth, you get thousands of views, apparently, I'm discovering. But that's okay. That little short that I did was important to me because in it I stated that 2024 is going to kind of be the year of the pushback. The pushback of people saying enough. Enough with this encroaching socialism, enough with the taking away of our individual rights. We want to focus now on what's great about America. So I'm going to push back against some of that oppressive news that we keep hearing every day. To that end, I pitched it to my sister and I asked her, would she want to do a channel with me? Just do a channel with me, because we're both grandparents and we spend a lot of time talking about our concern for our grandchildren, our children too, but our grandbabies. There's just something about, you love your children to death, but you look at those grandchildren and you're like, what am I doing to help make this place a better world for them to grow up in? You did everything you could for your children, but these grandchildren, to me, to her, seem so innocent. And we don't want to just sit back anymore and gripe to each other about the news or about things that we hear or we see or we feel, and we talk to each other and then that's just about it. So I told her, I said, why don't we just start speaking to other people out there who are just like us? We are in love with our families, our grandkids, and we want this place to be better for them. And if the whole world feels like it's not listening, that's okay. We still can talk to each other. We can still talk to each other. And maybe out of all of this, there rises up this movement of grandparents that will help this country stay on track of the good things of the track that it was on, and bring back on track some of these things that are going here, there, and yonder, and that are going askew, because people somehow have it in their minds that socialism and even communism, but let's just deal with socialism at the moment. That seems to be the more nicer way that infiltrates, but it's not nice at all. It takes individual freedom. It takes so much from us, our religious freedom, our liberties to go and do. Who wants to live in a world where we're judged by our carbon credits? It's already happening in other countries, but that doesn't have to happen to us. It doesn't. We can push back, but in a good way. I told my sister, I said, you know, a lot of people already watch channels that instill fear in them or that give them anxiety. I watch a lot of channels I love, but I have anxiety after some of the videos because I'm thinking, okay, what do I need to do? I need to go do this, I need to go do that. And I told her, I said, I even probably do that on my videos sometimes, because I encourage people to prep or to cook and can things and have things in your pantry. I encourage that. So I know that there's a lot of that advice out there is what I'm saying. And I'm part of that too with my channel. But this channel, I told her, I said, why don't we just come at it with love? Just with love. We're reaching out to everyone and just talking to people as grandparents would talk to each other, as people concerned about their grandkids, and with humor. You know, she's funny, I'm funny. We both like to do things with humor too. And you know, humor can go a long way to repairing hearts and to repairing the country. Humor is fine. We can do things like that. We can take little road trips. We can just whatever the heck we decide to do, because we're both all retired now, and we can decide what we want to do and how we want to go with this. It's not going to be an easy format to kind of explain, because each video might be different according to kind of what we come up with. But we want to approach each video with love, with asking God before we start the camera, while we're even planning a video, what is it you want us to say? Who is out there behind the camera, back in there somewhere, that you want to talk to? And help us in whatever words just pop out without our really understanding who they're for or what they mean. And it goes through this camera out into the world to bring hope to people, to bring hope in our country, in our world, and to put into perspective that the goodness of people wins in the end. The goodness of people is going to be what saves this world. The people that go back to God, the people that believe in God, the people that aren't afraid to bring God into this, that's what's going to save this world. It's not going to be a group of evil elites who have just planned out some kind of destiny for us. Our destiny is set. Let's just live into it. Let's live into it, speak into it, be our destiny. And that destiny is to go to heaven, to believe in God, to have souls be saved, and to walk towards the light. And the light is what we all need to focus on, not the darkness. The darkness is weak. The light is what matters. I know I might be speaking a little different than I normally do on my channel, but our channel, me and my sister, we're going to make sure that the light comes into each episode as much as we can. And we're just ordinary people. We've just got some ideas, we've got some thoughts, and we're ready to put them out there to the world. You know, if not now, when? I asked that question on my short. If not now, when? If we're not going to push back a little bit in 2024 and say, hey, we're here, don't discount us, we're here. If not now, when? And to that end, I'm going to have a little contest. It's just in fun. It's okay. But I want you all to kind of help me vote. We each have an idea of what we want to name the channel. When I pitched this to her, I pitched it to her and I said, we could be called the Grannies Against Socialism. The acronym would be GAS. I said, we could call ourselves Dara and Lainey. We're the Grannies with Gas. I think Grannies with Gas is hilarious. I think it would stick in people's minds. I think they would remember it. I just think that all in all, we could have fun with this socialism issue and have fun with it and let humor take it down if we can. But that's just my idea. That's just one thing. If you like that, tell me in the comments you like it. If you think it's crazy, that's okay. I'll cry for a little bit, but I'll be all right. Her idea was, why don't we call it Mama's House? She goes by Momo. I go by Momo to our grandkids. We called our grandparents Momo, both of them on both sides. We called them Momo, and our kids called our mom Momo. So she thought, why not go with Momo's house? Because a lot of our videos, the brainstorming we're doing, a lot of our videos are going to be either kind of talking on the porch at her shed that they are remodeling, that they put up in Mississippi. That's their second property. We're going to go up there Friday for our first little video shooting. And some of the videos might be here at my house sitting around. We may use my island for kitchen videos, to do cooking videos and things like that. So we're going to kind of be centered around each other's homes. We might go to my mom's and film and do things at her house, but she's a Momo. And a lot of you out there, whether you go by Momo or not, or Pawpaw or whatever, you still can relate to that phrase, Momo's house. Even if you're a Pawpaw, that's okay. It's going to be inclusive of everybody. It's not just a ladies channel. But we thought maybe call it Momo's house. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like Grannies with Gas or if you like Momo's house. One or the other. We'll go whichever direction everybody picks, but I appreciate it. We're going to wait till we get a name set in stone for it with the options that I gave you, and then we're going to create the channel. So I'll give you the go-ahead at a certain point, and I would just so appreciate it if everybody that's subscribed to my channel that hears this video will subscribe to that channel. I will tell you later exactly when the channel is ready to subscribe to. It's not ready yet, but if all the people from mine would go over there to give it a little boost and get it started, that would be wonderful. And we promise you that it's going to be real content. We're going to just speak freely, kind of do as little editing as possible if we're having a conversation, because we kind of want just to be able to speak freely of what's in our hearts and not to feel censored all the time about everything. We want these fears, this angst to kind of come out. And if we end up giggling about something, we're giggling about something, you know, but we want it to come out because we feel like that is how you will relate to us, and you will feel like that you're not alone, that there's a lot of people in this world thinking the way you do about worrying about the future for our grandkids. And 2024 is going to be the year that we push back. Thank y'all so much. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful evening wherever you are, and a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.